and I think we are live, people. What is happening? And welcome to episode 107 of the What's Cookin podcast. You're joined by me, Yono, Gnarly Charlie Gerard, and this week we've got a lot to talk about.
As again, we had a good response from the last podcast, so we want to keep it up and come back with a bang. But yeah, so, and also if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button now, because we're rapidly approaching a milestone. It's going to be a big 200 of years, the What's Cookin' Nation, so that'll be our best Christmas present that we can ever get. Subscribe if you're not already, because you should be. Hit the notification as well, but just subscribe. But yeah, we got loads to talk about. We had a funny week last week. We hopefully can make it as funny, but there's not as many foot breaking stories that we can tell you. But yeah, there's loads to talk about. I don't even know where to go from here. You might be thinking, what's going on? Dr. Gerard. That sounds like a proper Bond.
That's probably where we should start.
Oh my
to
God.
Explain the backdrop.
Jesus Christ, okay.
To be fair, people, if any of our friends or family are watching it, then they already know. But
now it's out in the cat is out the bag though, so now
there is
it's
a new member of the What's Cookin' family, because I'm having a baby.
You owe me money.
Why did we have a bet?
Yeah, definitely. It was one of the earlier podcasts.
I don't think I'd have bet the money on it. I don't believe it. If anyone wants to scroll the archives and find out if I ever said on camera that I wouldn't have a kid.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's not about not having a kid. It was just you were going to have a kid first out of anyone.
Yeah, that. But I wouldn't have took the bet, because it makes the most sense. It's the most logical pick. But yeah, enough on that.
Yeah.
I'm having a baby, and me and my girlfriend are having a baby girl. So we're going to have a female member of What's Cookin'.
So I'm going to put it to you in the What's Cookin' audience.
Give us your names.
That's what the new competition is. Whoever comes up with the best name in this comment section right now, at the end of this episode, that's going to be the name of the baby. So possibly.
So it'll be a suggestion.
No. We got to put stakes on the line.
No.
We can't end up...
Do you want to go in there and explain this today then?
We don't want to go...
That fucking someone who watches us on YouTube's named our kid fucking... Don't even know what name.
We don't want to end up with fucking...
Osama bin Johnson.
Lovely lady names.
There's not that many evil women names throughout history, though, is there?
We've established this, there is.
Maggie Thatcher. Yeah. We're not in hell.
So yeah, we're not going to go with them ones, but yeah, he's got a good chance for alliteration, has he not? Like with the surname Johnson. It's like, he was a bit... Oh, actually, why are we talking about baby names now? We should go down through the rundown of how we come to find out how long this has been going on for, because how long...
A while.
No, but I mean, isn't how long's Leah now?
So she's due on the 26th of April, so that's whatever that is until now. Like exactly. 4.5 months.
Yeah, stop talking numbers to me.
4.5 months.
You do the maths like
4.5 months.
Okay, so what happened? And give us a detailed expression of how the baby was conceived.
We all know how babies are made. Let's not get rude now. This is my child, unborn child. This is
I'm
gonna
sorry
be on
if you're
the
ever
board,
watching
remember?
this.
Exactly. Remember your mad Uncle Charlie, who we don't speak to no more. This is this is before he went mad.
What happens when I go mad?
You don't want to know, lads. No, but in all seriousness, put your names in the chat.
No, we start with the story. No, obviously not conceiving, but like there was a funny interaction of us two when you originally found out.
Yeah, so when we found out,
he's saying we as in like me and him as well. By the way,
when I found out, we found out together, and then that night I was meant to be going out with Charlie, and so like we done the test and it was positive, and I was just sat there for a bit, like we were both, me and Leah, just sat there for a bit, like discussing everything, and then it was like, I'm meant to be going out, And
Bear
she
in
was like, are
mind,
you
I
still
was-
going? And I was like, well, yeah, because if I don't go, A, Charlie will be fuming at me.
I
and
was
B,
at this point. I'm waiting for him to pick me up in a taxi, so it's like starting from
literally,
him.
yeah,
So
literally.
he's picking me up, and I'm like, "Where is he?
Yeah.
Where
So-
is he?"
We goes out, we get in the taxi, we go to town, and then me and him are waiting to go into one of the places while like people was in there, and I was like, I've got something to tell you, and he was like, what? And I was like, I'm having a baby. And it was like literally, we found out on the day, that exact day, and I just, because I was out and like I had so much going forward streaming through my head,
I
I was
could
like,
imagine. That's why
I've
when
got to tell someone.
Yeah,
So
I know.
Charlie was the first person I told.
it just makes me laugh only because it did make me laugh. Like he told me, and normally like something, if he's like gonna tell you something, it's not actually that big of a deal. So then when you go like, oh, I've got something to tell you, and I'm like, oh, what's he gonna say? As in, like, don't get me wrong, he's took the piss. Fucking, it could have been one of these, like, over and has an argument or something. I'm having a baby. Like, I remember just looking at you in the face and being like, oh my god, I was not expecting you to say that. Literally, hands, like,
It was me
on
get
all,
out of jail free card.
oh, I was on all fours, just like laughing. Not like just because I was like, oh, this, it's actually mad. Because don't get me wrong, we know a lot of people who've had babies and shit.
Yeah, it's
But
different. This is the first.
It's a
different when
proper
it's
baby now.
Yeah,
Like,
someone actually.
in your
in your-
immediate circle sort
Exactly.
of thing. I'm like, oh my god, it's actually mental. I think I'm stressing out more than he is.
But
I'm
yeah,
like,
Charlie got us a present as well, which I want to go on the record for and say thanks for the present.
you didn't have to.
We
It's
appreciate the love. Everyone's been sound about it. Like, boss, she's gonna be a very loved child,
Yeah,
and she's
obviously.
gonna be
I'm trying to stress this to you.
the
If it-
future women's champion. I don't know what she's gonna be yet. I haven't decided, but it's between the first woman footballer to win, to play for the men's team, or something of that ilk. No pressure though. No
Yeah.
pressure.
But that's how good you've got to be. Like, they transcend women's football. Like, we've got to give them a game.
Yeah, me ma used to play for the boys team in school, so that it runs in the family.
Skips a generation.
It's in the genes.
Oh my god. It just makes me laugh because, as I said, like, I honestly feel like I'm stressing out more than you. As in, like, it was not a burden, 'cause burden sounds bad, but when you've told me this, it was like, obviously, I was not going to tell anyone.
Yeah, no.
It was
but
one of these things of like, how am I meant to actually keep this together? Because when you eventually tell the people, I'm like, I've known this for ages and I've come to grips with it, and then it's back to square one of like people going, yo, no, who's having a kid? I'm like, you're telling me. You're fucking telling
but you're
me.
like the what I was like when you think of it, like I was at when we very first found out was when you very first found out, but then over time, like you don't get used to it. Get used to it's the wrong word, but it's like you think, right,
You have to prep for
it's
it.
happening,
Yeah.
so let's fucking
No,
do it
obviously.
the best
Yeah, no,
possible that
obviously.
you can. Know what I
There's
mean?
no other way to do it because soon it's just going to be getting bigger.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's getting near to
Exactly.
the time. So it's just like a countdown, innit? Of like,
But yeah, we'll keep you posted, folks, on the status of.
I know, it's mad that it's out in the air now. As in, like, we've
It's
been
nice
sat
that
here
it's
thinking,
out now. It's nice that it's out, and I can not have to watch what I say around people, because that's just what it was like 24/7, man. Especially when it's such a big thing that you're dying to tell
exactly.
people.
No, I
dying
could
to.
imagine. But the funniest one I remember was, like, you told me, and I went out with Danny like a couple of months or weeks after, and I'm speaking to him, and he was asking some sussy questions, and I was like,
Suspect as if
like,
as someone
no,
blabbed.
not even like that, but it was like, it was mental. And then he was fixated that someone had told him that you'd had a vasectomy. So
Wait, what?
So when he's saying this to me, I'm going to him, don't you fucking say anything.
You can't, even though you know he's wrong, you can't say it.
So, and then, because I'm saying he wants to push the boat, and then he's like, oh, I've like stepped on something here, and I'm like thinking to myself, I can't even give him a bit of rope to be like here, because it's like, it was the worst feeling ever, but it was so funny thinking, what, is he had a vasectomy? And I'm like, just you fucking wait, he hasn't.
You'll find out soon enough. That's the big news. That was the big news that we had.
You need to be talking about baby names now.
Yeah, get them in the chat.
No,
serious,
I'm talking about you.
Yeah, I know that, but
pushing you out every time.
We're thinking of names, but we don't agree on many names, so we're welcome to suggestions. And if we like the name, but the name's not getting pre-announced, like people will find out the name when the baby's born. I don't want to give clues to what the name could potentially be. But if you've got names,
but you can't. That's not fair, because you've got to think of the region of what the ballpark is, because then people are just going to be giving you
girl names. As many girl names as you can think of.
And just go on the same list that you have looked at, going, ooh, yeah, that's a name. But there needs to be front runners. Hey, don't get me wrong, you could go for like what my dad said, Janice Johnson.
No, shut up.
Janice is a proper throwback name. You need to go for something that's timeless as well.
If it was a boy, it would have been Elton Johnson.
It couldn't have been.
It would have been.
No, but it's
sickest name ever.
It's not. It's not.
It would have been.
He's
famous before he would have had a chance. But nah, that I think.
There's no way you could call a kid Elton.
No, you obviously couldn't. But it's still a funny name.
Yeah, funny.
See, that's what I mean. I don't mean like I'd actually call my kid Elton Johnson. I just mean that like. When we didn't know if it was a boy or a girl, we were thinking of names. I was throwing out funny names, and Elton Johnson was the one that stuck. Wonder why?
Well, the first boy in
Rocket Man.
Yeah, the first boy in the Gerrard lineage is going to be Alistair
Gerrard.
What could he go by for short?
Alex Gerrard.
No. Think about it.
I don't know.
You know, but it's even funnier than when they're richer.
Al.
Bit more.
I don't know.
the next letter along.
I don't get what you mean.
Whose full name's Alistair?
I don't know.
And it's in the same vein of what I can't believe people. He claimed to like this as well, by the way.
Nah, I don't know.
So,
lads, I haven't got a clue what you're on about.
A shortened version of Alistair.
Ali? Ali what?
Not Ali A.
Ali
no.
J. Ali J.
Ali
why did that take so long, man? That was painful to get to, that. I apologise for that feeling, people. That was just like vomit. Yeah, not Ali. Not Ali B, not Ali. Nah, it takes you forever. Not Ali F, not Ali G. Takes too long.
Oh my god.
Ali J. We'll put that down in the scrapbook. But I've got a feeling.
G?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh no, that is a good one.
I feel our last because the fucking hardcore What's Cooking us will be watching this going, what the fuck have they been
Alistair
smoking?
Leslie Graham.
I was going to say Graham, but GG. Couldn't get why you've got something in your eye.
Yeah, I can't get it out either. It's driving me mad.
People are going to be, as I was just saying, what are they smoking? Your ear just...
No, man, I've got something in my eye. I think it's gone now. We're good. We're gravy.
Dr. Johnson's okay.
Yeah. That's why, I don't know why we're in an operating theatre. Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, we're going to, just if they get the idea.
If they need the fucking scalpel.
Yeah, I'll pass you. Can we do mid-changes? Where do you just want to go to? But because we're going to have it as Thanksgiving, because it is Thanksgiving in America. And it makes you think, what are you thankful for? Absolutely fuck all. I'm only messing. What are we thankful for? Should we go dead corny? Have you ever, Joe, the way Americans do that, say what they're thankful for 42, and they're like, okay.
I'm thankful that... Oh, I don't know, because 2020's been a fucking stinker. I'm obviously thankful that I'm having a child.
That's a flex.
It's not a flex.
You are flexing.
I'm thankful that this year's nearly over, because next year can't be as bad as this one, lad.
Yeah, but this is
year's
the thing.
Been a stinker of all stinkers.
Listen, because I don't want to be Mr. Cynical, but I am, obviously. If you think anything's going to get better just because a number's going to change.
No, but hopefully they stop all the lockdown fucking bollocks, like the fucking, just the whole shambles that the world is, and we can get back to some level of normality where it's normal to go out with your mates and not have to think. It is normal though. There's loads of like little things that just make everything an inconvenience now, and once they're all gone, you'll enjoy going out again. But at the minute,
do you not think? I don't feel like we're like anyone's.
I think you'll be surprised how many people will go out.
Oh no, I know they will. I mean, as in like, Joe, just stupid little shit that makes you think twice now. Even Joe, when there's so many people in a room, you like fries your brain a bit. So then when you watch stuff like the footy and see that there used to be fans there, it makes you look going. That was okay, and not to say that it weren't okay.
Lad, no,
I'm not saying, because it is obviously.
I've been watching premieres, lad, and
the wrestling's the worst for it, by the way. It makes you go.
It makes me so excited for when it comes
back.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Everyone best I'd just go
I'm
mad.
thankful that this year's nearly over, so hopefully now, 2021 fresh, it only gets better from here. Hopefully we have a hot summer, even though
we had a hot summer.
Yeah, I know, but you like. It was uncertainty, lad. There was a dark cloud hanging over it.
I know, but this is the thing. You got to practice what we've been preaching of like, if we don't agree with like lockdown rules or whatever, we're obviously not like anti-maskers and all of that shit. We've obviously explained, but I mean, you can just do whatever suits you.
Yeah, no, I know that,
and
but
that's why it's funny.
I just mean like socialising in general is difficult.
It was at the beginning of the first one. We were speaking about the other day, like when we went out on the bikes and there was people taking pictures of us because we were out on the bikes, and you're like, oh my god. Like, I hope all them people who acted like that are having a hard, cold look in the fucking mirror and being like, idiots. But this is the thing, no one will ever admit that they're wrong. Like, no one can humbly like be like, you know what? I was only trying to do it because they were telling us to do this. I was like, yeah, that's why you have took the fucking bait of what.
Yeah, you're using the reason. We're back in another one now.
Oh, it makes me feel.
But we're nearly out. The fans are coming back to the stadiums.
But the last one on coronavirus, will you take the vaccine?
No. But not because I think it's fucking a tracker or any of that stupid shit.
No microchips.
The only reason I wouldn't have it is because I don't get the flu jab. So I don't think I need the coronavirus jab, because
what are we going to do when they start saying you need it?
I'm not going to die. And if I do get it, I'll follow the rules and shit like that, don't get me wrong. But there's no point in blowing it like out of proportion and making everyone go and get it. So it's that like this big thing and it runs out, lad. Just let it fucking... Let the people who actually need it, who if they do get coronavirus would die, give it to them.
But I feel like there's going to be a proportion of people.
And give it to... but then you say give it to kids, and that's when everyone starts kicking off.
There's no way they give it to kids. There'll be a minority of people who'll be like, oh, come on, let's just do it so we can get over it. And I'm like, it's not going to stop. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do. But... if you get a vaccine for it, if it works, it will stop it. Like, it will. It won't go away, but, like, the reason, like, the flu doesn't kill people now is because it doesn't get transmitted like it used to. But when there's certain people still get it, people still die. But it's, like, if people didn't have vaccines for it, it'd be, like, it'd probably be the same as what coronavirus is, but... because more people get the flu now,
I
it'd
get
be
it.
on an even more level, but there is a vaccine for that, so it controls the numbers. That's all it do, control the numbers. And once they've got a vaccine, then they can say we've done everything, we can go back to normal.
But no one's gonna take it. Let us know if you'll take it, because I don't think I would either. Just, I don't really trust them. And like, don't get me wrong, it's not. I'm not being a tinfoil hat fella, but if I get it, I get it. If I don't. I'm surprised I haven't got it. Like everyone's the same of who I might have had it. Like, okay, like I'll just carry on doing what I'm doing. I'm sorry if I'm a super spreader, but you're probably not. But yeah, fuck off coronavirus.
Nah,
and
you're
fuck off
not a
all the
spreader. You don't get on public transport or nothing.
I've literally left my house about 10 times.
Yeah, you're
in
not
the
a
last
spreader,
like
no
fucking 25 days, something like that. How long have we been on furlough for now? Must have been the whole month.
Yeah, I think
it's
it was
mad
like
to think
the
it's going
9th
to happen
of
again.
November, something like that. The 9th rings a bell.
No, it was just before. It was like the 5th. Oh, actually, was we?
Bommy night, was it
Man,
Bommy
no,
night?
I'm trying to think. Because all I was doing on Bommy night was looking at Neverton community group and looking at people moaning about fireworks. It's so funny. It makes you just think, lad, how the fuck is this what people come to? Like, when people moan about fireworks, they're making out that they've never fucking, like, they're a new thing. Fireworks are older than all of us.
Yeah, well, they're
It's
not, like,
no,
us, like, as in individuals, like me and you, and Mars and ours. They've been around for hundreds of years.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You can't ban them because your dogs are fucking
No, and it's not
fartbox.
even about being, and it's unbelievable. So then when they start going off, they'll go on the internet and complain, and to be like, oh, they're just getting louder every year. And I'm like, you're becoming more of a fart every year. And like, it happens, and they go away.
It's 1 week a year,
if that.
and New Year. That's it. That's it.
Why are you setting them off now? And what it makes me laugh is I was listening to Bisping's podcast the other day, and he was saying, like, when they were kids, they'd all shoot rockets at each other, and that's why, like, I'm sorry, people, but if you've seen that video of the people in fucking Everton Park shooting the fireworks at people, yeah, I was laughing.
Yeah,
I was like,
it happens.
like,
it happens.
It's fireworks, and it goes bang. No one actually gets hurt. It's just a scare.
Very, very
It's just
rarely.
always a scare.
Except that out. You got it with one in the face, so he'll tell you different.
But yeah, it's funny for the people who were shooting them. That's about it. Because all it makes me laugh is imagine being sat there looking at the fireworks over time, and then someone's shooting fireworks.
Bang!
Get in the car, go quick.
Yeah, like Harry Potter.
What, the car take off?
Yeah.
Do you reckon he sell them?
What, the flying cars?
I fucking hope they do. Do you see in Tesco they were selling the invisible cloak and there was nothing there?
How much was it?
15 quid.
Wow,
No,
ridiculous.
but like obviously there was just a Twitter joke, isn't it? We all love Twitter. But what has been going on in the world?
The fans are back in stadiums.
Soon, hopefully, even though it's going to
No,
be
they
like
are. Like,
we're talking about our stadiums.
well, there's going to be in London and Liverpool.
No, I know, that's what I'm trying to say, but it's going to be
2,000, isn't it?
4,000, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. Even then, it's a bit like, what's the point? And it's a bit how are they going to decide who's going?
They'll just put them both by the goals, lad. That's what they'll do. I reckon.
They know they can have more. It's more of a PT
Teasing
thing,
it
isn't
in,
it?
yeah, teasing it in. They'll slowly increase it, and then it'll go to like half capacity, and then hopefully it'll go full capacity.
Doesn't it?
But imagine when it's back, lads. Imagine when it's back. Oh,
And
it's gonna make me cry, you know.
You're saying
it's gonna make me
right,
cry.
Okay, now I'm sorry, but I'm about
I'm
to...
filled.
Lad, it's
Fuck
gonna
off.
go off, lad. We have
Let 'em
not
go
seen
off.
our
He's
team
got smoke, Jesse.
since winning the Premier League for the first time in 30 years.
That
and
is
we're
mad.
probably odds on
That is
to
mad.
win it again. So does that not make you think the next one will just be like a sensory overload? Like, just because when we won it last time was in the first one.
Lad,
So
you gotta forget about it now. We're in a new season. You gotta
No.
fucking focus
As
on
we
this one,
deserve
lad.
it.
What you did last season doesn't matter anymore.
No, I know, but we still get to have our moments to go and remember when that happened, because we didn't have it.
The
We were
fans
actually
do.
robbed
The
of that.
fans do.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say. We were actually robbed of it. Like, people were giving a shit about going and, like, celebrating outside the ground. So if that happens again, do you think anyone would actually give a fuck? That's what I'm trying to say.
I said
like
at the time, I said you can't even...
Just, like, you can't.
There's no argument to expect people to not go. It's ridiculous.
Oh, no,
Would you tell
being selfish.
if a country won the World Cup, would you tell them all not to go out? Have you lost the plot?
No, that would be the funny one if it was England who'd won the World Cup. Could you imagine?
Oh, they'd all be out fucking licking each other's bumholes, lads. All the Blackburn Rovers and fucking Ipswich Town fans whose teams are fucking crap. Who support England.
Doesn't that just make you laugh about
that's why
the
they
people
support,
who go...
because they need a good team to support, because there's nothing to get excited about at
No,
club
but that
level.
was like us for a while, lad. That's the only time
Not in the pits, though. Not in the pit, lads. Imagine being a fan of one of them teams who used to be good in the Prem and now's in, like, League One, lad. Like,
and yet you've got
imagine
to
being a
ride all that.
Sunderland fan.
No, but this is the thing,
They've
lads.
had a rough go of it, Sunderland fans.
All them fans of them clubs, lad, who have fucking got... They support the local teams, they'll be like, yeah, support them. I've got a Premier League team, and it makes me sick to my
I don't understand
stomach.
how you can
How
have a second team.
It doesn't work.
I know, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Imagine going, yes, they won. Like, fuck off.
No, it's impossible to have
Exactly.
a second team if you're a proper fan of your team. You can't possibly
that's
fathom
football.
You can't fathom supporting having any
That's why I love that
love
Americans don't
the
get
same way.
Americans
for another
just
team.
don't get it at all. Just like that sort
It's
of
just where you live,
ride
isn't
or
it?
die.
You
No.
support. Lad, American teams move. American teams
Imagine.
move cities, lad. Like St. Louis, the St. Louis Rams were a team, and they moved to LA, and now they're called the LA Rams, and now St. Louis don't have a team, lad.
That's just stupid, though,
Mad.
isn't it? Like,
It's
doesn't that
crazy.
just make you
So
think
now
it's
that
the most
all
made-up
them
sport
Rams
ever?
fans, do they still support the LA Rams, or is that a different team? I don't get how it works.
You're meant to like it,
I do like it.
so you can't
boss.
tell me why it's good then?
Well, the actual game's good, but I don't understand the politics and stuff of it, how all the shit works, the ins and outs of the game, like I could with footy. I can tell you how it's played on the pitch and the positions and the actual match, but I don't know about all the fucking...
You've got all them closet people who, like, don't get me wrong, I know it's something that you obviously know stuff about it, but you don't watch it. Do you get what I mean?
I watch the odd game. I'll probably watch depending on, because last year the team, I won't say the team who I support because I don't support them, but
That's what I'm trying to say.
the team who I follow, I'll say follow, I won't say support, is we got to the Super Bowl last year, so that's why I watched more games than I normally would. Normally I'd only watch one or two games
A year.
yeah, but I'd last year I watched 3 or 4 because I watched the championship, the NFC championship game, and then I watched the Super Bowl as well.
Fair enough. I obviously haven't got a clue, but what I was going to say is when people go and watch it or whatever, and they're like, oh, they obviously do like it, but it's even just with rugby and shit. I'm sorry if you like rugby, but just a bit shit.
That's why footy's the best sport in the world.
Ever. It can't even be compared.
You can
to
still
anything.
enjoy other sports, but I'll never ever say that. There's periods where you go through where you'd watch more UFC, or when we used to watch the wrestling, and you'd be like,
the wrestling's obviously not a sport, it's just a fucking proper...
If you compare
in the same vein
footy at your...
Footy's the best, lad.
at your peak of... when it's got you, when it and with footy, it's always got you. Other sports come and go, and like when Wimbledon's on, you'll watch the tennis, or when the Ashes is on, you'll watch the cricket. But footy's the only one where you're like
every game matters.
Every week, twice a week, 3 times a week, sometimes.
Yeah, and it's the best thing ever.
No matter
and
what.
I love the fact that it's just a
And
universal
you live every
thing.
moment of it.
Yeah, it's like I love it when I'm telling my bears about something and it's etched in your brain. Like you've only watched them matches once sometimes,
But
and you're like, when he scored that man and blah blah blah, and like, how do you remember that? And I'm just like, because that's when we played them, and then we played them. And it's when you're into leagues coming back.
You're playing premiers in your head.
It's the best thing ever, because it's just, I don't know, it's just nice to reflect on as well, and it's nice to know that the cream always rises to the top, brother.
Yawn.
Lad, you've got to live for this for another year and a half when we win the next league, lad.
See, lad, no.
It's the best feeling ever.
You already think you've got it won when you...
Lad, would you not think if you had the best team and the best manager in the world?
Yeah, but you've already shown this season that you're beatable, and that didn't happen last season at any point. You've got well more injuries than last season. Your squad
probably didn't have an injury last season.
Yeah, not like some players were out for short bursts.
The only player who was injured last season would be Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Fabinho.
Little Knox.
He was out for like 3 months.
Fabinho.
Yeah. Last season. Lad, he got injured at probably 2 months actually. He got injured like this time last year. Yeah, he did. No, he did.
This is why I call you a closet Liverpool fan.
Why? Because I'm right.
You just picking up on little nuanced stuff.
I don't. I just watched all the football. I've watched all the football for the last all 2 years, lad. Any game that's on Sky or BT, that's the Prem. I'll watch it, unless it's a jag one like Brighton versus fucking Burnley, some shit like that. But if it's any of the top 6 teams, I'll watch it. So yeah, I do watch every team that Liverpool are on telly. I don't get streams up for them, but if they're on telly, I'll watch it. No, why would I? I don't watch streams ever.
We don't have to no more, no. It's one of them, because we've both got Sky Sports.
You know I don't watch streams.
I was about to do a nice little fist bump for Sky Sports. It's boss having it. But there was a shocker in the football world yesterday for some people. And the shocker is, we're surprised he wasn't already dead. Rest in peace, Diego Maradona. One of the best ever to kick a ball.
And punch a ball.
That it is actually mad, because like I was growing up on like he cheated. Do you get what I mean? As in like, yeah, he's obviously a boss footy player, but like
doesn't even matter.
I know.
It does. Do you know why it doesn't matter also?
You'd love it if it was us.
It's the Suarez thing that you said about. Do you remember when you said about Suarez? It's that. But even better than that, he did it in the same game. Like, he did the punch in one goal, and then the next goal he was like...
No, it was before that, wasn't it?
No, it was the second goal. He was like, just to save all the moaning, I'll just have yous off now. And he literally skinned 6 players round the keeper and fucking slots it.
It's like, he's obviously before his time. Do you get what I mean? He plays like modern footballers now, so that's why it sticks out.
And you'd understand why people of that generation say he's the best ever, like, because you can only say what you've seen, and we haven't seen him. Like, we never saw him in his prime.
I was trying to argue with me dad before. Like, I'm not a Messi dick either, but Messi's got the best numbers out of anyone you've ever seen.
I agree, but Maradona won the country a World Cup on his own. On his own, lad. And I'm not saying that he's better than Messi, but that's like why I think he's idolised more than Messi in Argentina, because
that's selfish
won them the World Cup. No, but that's how football works, and you know it is. That's how it is. It's when people say, like, what's your unbiased opinion? There's no such thing as an unbiased opinion in football.
There is.
No, there's not, lad. All your football experiences are shaped by bias. That's why I'll always be biased against Liverpool, because of my football life
Journey.
that I've had has been arguing with Liverpool fans every day in my life. So that's why.
You chose that life.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's what it is.
I still think you can give an unbiased opinion.
Everything at football's impossible to take bias out of. It's important in the decision making. You can look at people objectively and think, like, looking at the numbers, but numbers don't always equate to how good the player was, and like that's just a,
I get it for older times because it's all about stats now, but no, actually, obviously, like if you're going to look at like Fabinho's numbers for Liverpool, you're not going to go, he does loads of fucking assists or goals, but it's
like,
the way he plays.
You look at what their achievements and the teams that they were in, like how important were they to them teams and what level of success did them teams achieve, and that's how you that's like how you separate all the world class players, how you separate them into like that one step above where you've got like the kings of football. That's why they're there, because everyone knows that they were a good player, but when the fucking shit was in, lads, when the shit was on, they were there to fucking sort it out. Like Maradona's in the World Cups one, and then you think like you could say Zidane, but then because he won the mid in '98, but then when he done the headbutt, that's like that goes to, that's like complete change from one to the other.
It is. He didn't play for that long, though, Zidane, did he?
What?
He didn't play like a proper long career. He only was about like from, I'd say about 92. Would you say?
Yeah, I think
92 to 2006 isn't exactly.
So he won the World Cup with France in '98, and he was at Juve then. So, and he retired after that World Cup against Italy, which was 2006. So
I think he was playing a lot that like late on.
Yeah, I know, but he was like, he retired once before that and then came out of retirement.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
that probably rings a bell.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, where did he fucking go?
Like he still played club, but he didn't play for France no more. And then he said, "I'll play in this World Cup and then I'm done. Like I'm done, permanent done."
Okay. He was boss,
and he nearly won it.
I remember watching that World Cup.
When he knocks it, when he takes the pen and he throws up. Like, have you seen that?
Yeah. No, but it's just funny thinking about it, because that's all the shit. When you're a kid, it sticks with you forever, doesn't it? Just like stuff like that. You're watching
in memory. I remember watching it, being like, "Oh my god!"
Happened?
Like Zidane's been sent off. They show the replay, and then it comes out days later that Materazzi said like your sister's a whore or whatever, and he's just gone like bang and headbutted them.
Not even one of them. Not a Pepe headbutt, just like a little
nut to the chest. Should have done it to his head. It would have been sick. Because it's his last game ever anyway, lad. I'd have just fucking sparked him, because you're getting sent off anyway. You may as well have just twatted them everywhere. Last game ever makes no difference.
It's funny.
You might even get the game called off if you're lucky, and they have to replay it without you, and you're like that in the crowd doing a Suarez.
See, that's what comes to my head then. Like that imagery of him fucking handballing the ball, stopping it going in,
crying in the tunnel, and then going.
It's unreal. Like that sums him up, doesn't it? Though,
yeah,
like just being like
dirty.
He'll do anything.
He's dirty, but if he's on your team, it's the best thing ever, and if you're playing against him, it's the worst thing ever.
Like, he just will do anything to win. It's going in last minute. Okay, no. As we just started, it's come full circle. Is Suarez Maradona? Just
no, because he didn't.
I'm messing Maradona.
Carry a team like Maradona. That's what I mean.
Carry Liverpool
to no trophies, and to zero, to a second place finish. A second place finish. That's what he carried them to.
Suarez.
Doesn't count.
You'll remember that.
The top players carry their teams to Champions Leagues and leagues, and
that's why
the countries to World Cups, and
all these players like De Bruyne and that never win like the Champions League, because if people are arseholes about Gerrard not winning the league, I'm like, if you're actually going to tarnish that man and saying he wasn't good because he didn't win the Premier League, you're finished. Do you get
He
what I
could
mean?
have. He could have went to Chelsea that year,
I know,
and
like,
he'd
doesn't
have,
win the league win anyone,
he'd
like,
have
about
5
us.
winners' medals.
That's the horrible thing with us. It's like it was just never meant to be.
But he
it
said
hurts.
he's got like a thing with Gary Neville where they watch all his best goals, and he says in that that winning one league with Liverpool's worth more than however many he could win anywhere else. But he this close, and it slipped away.
That is like that's my worst footballer memory of all time. Like seriously,
running
like,
through
it's
on
not
goal.
even funny. You're laughing. I'm like, I'll never forget sitting there being like, it was bad when you watched it, and then when the match finished, it was like oh no, and then people would never let it go, and then when you see it more, it's like the worst spear ever, because it's just the best player that's ever played for your club.
Yeah, the hero.
And it's not even
the one who
like
deserves it the most.
Out of anyone, lads. Anyone who's kicked the ball, I'd argue.
Yeah.
And he deserved it, lads. And it's horrible. Like, I hate it. When you see it and you're just like, if that's your type of human, that's what people say. Fuck you.
Shut up.
See,
you're biased. Done. It's impossible to not be biased in football,
surname, lads. It's
me life.
Yeah. Ruining it. Tarnishing me.
It's my life.
What other shit have we got to speak about?
We've got Thingy on this weekend. The return of Iron Mike Tyson to the ring.
God.
Tyson versus Roy Jones.
Everyone was excited for it until they actually...
until they posted the rules.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that it's classed as an exhibition, so you'd think like... you'd think that it's gonna be like shorter rounds or less rounds or something like that, because it's not actually sanctioned by a
I'll
boxing.
read that. So for the people who don't know what the rules are between this like exhibition boxing fight between Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., no knockouts allowed, there'll be no judges ringside, winner will not be declared, if a cut occurs the fight's over, 8 rounds for 2 minutes each, and it's an exhibition, so you're not allowed to bet on it.
See, so
mad, but
the worst thing that they could have done out of all of them rules, the absolute worst rules, the cut one, because all the other ones, like the betting ones are relevant, not asked about that. What was the other one? The one
no knockdowns.
No knockdowns is shit. Yeah, no, that is proper shit as well.
Like, what's the fucking point in having a fight?
I don't think that they would have... I don't think they want them rules. I'm sure that them two would rather just have a proper boxing match. Like, you've seen the way Mike Tyson's acting, like, while he's been training and that, he's, like, mad now. Like, he's the old Mike Tyson again. Like,
how old he must be?
50-odd. In his 50s. But so's Roy Jones, I think, or he might be late 40s. But they're both like similar age. They both in the primes are two of the best fighters ever. Do not sleep on Roy Jones, lads. Y'all must have forgot about Roy Jones Jr.
In a fight where nothing can happen. What are they going to do?
No,
start
like,
fucking kissing?
Because there's no way that Mike Tyson's going to go easy on him. So Mike Tyson's just going to go in, barnstorm, try and knock him down and win the fight. But it's like, I don't think Roy Jones is just going to go down after one knockout and they're going to be like, that's finished. He's going to get up and be like, let's have it, I want to carry on. And I think they'll end up just having a normal straightener.
I don't think anything's going to happen. It's just going to be like a
work.
A touch him up, or imagine
a work. Stone Cold comes out.
Lads, I was thinking of a wrestling angle. Like, could you actually imagine?
Brock Lesnar comes out?
No, like the glass smashing. You're watching it.
Now I might
like,
buy it. Now I might have to buy it.
We're convinced ourselves.
This is what you've done.
Like, I think everyone's head would explode.
Oh,
it's just a
I'd
shit.
lose my shit. I would lose my shit over that.
That's why we love the
Anytime
wrestling.
you lose me shit over the glass smash, it's the worst now, because you know what they've done on the wrestling for the last few years, which
the
they
fucking
never
songs
used to
are
do,
shit,
lad.
man.
They ruin the big fucking pops. Like, they pre-announced them because they're more asked about ratings.
No, I know.
So they pre-announced them like Stone Cold's gonna be on Raw this week, and you're like, it's not the same as if I'm sat here watching some shit fucking thing with the Miz or someone, and then all you hear is psh. Like,
that's why you watch it.
The main one I can think of, the best one of recent memories, when they announced the Rockers.
No, I knew you were going to say special recent memory. That was 8 years ago.
I know, but that's the last good one I can. No, that's Brock Lesnar coming back.
There's been loads. Like, Sting was unreal.
Sting, yeah, no, I forgot about Sting. But it's always old wrestlers coming back.
No, it is. And
always.
Like, they're all nearly gone now.
Yeah,
because there was another.
Was the first Sting one the statue?
No, it was the second one, and that's the best one. Like, I'll never forget being balls deep in wrestling. I was like, oh, it's obviously going to be aware who's behind this. Yeah. And he was literally the last person you thought of. And do you remember when the Dudley boys come back?
Boss.
I was like,
they came back the same one, didn't they, as someone else?
It might have been that.
Was it was Sting and the Dudleys the same one?
The night after SummerSlam. But I'm pretty sure that's when Seth was on his run. He had the WWE belt.
Shane McMahon coming back was the first
time.
time. I was done with wrestling. Was it Fastlane?
No, it was the night. Yeah,
we watched Fastlane, and it was hands down the worst pay-per-view I've ever watched.
Because we were just like, you know what was going to happen.
Yeah, I know, but it was awful. It was so bad. I was like, lads, I think I'm finished with wrestling. Gets home, Raw's on the next night. Charlie's texting me, lad, you need to watch Raw. And I was like, sound. Watched it, and fucking Shane McMahon come out, and when his music came on, and go, here comes the money. It was like,
It was a proper work as well.
That was quite recent. That was probably more recent than the thingy one that we were saying before.
Yeah, that out of all of them, it probably is. Here's another one that was fucking insane. Goldberg. When I seen the poster of that the other day, I was like, I will act. That's one of my fondest memories.
And it was not ass what no one says. It was a sick match. Sick match.
Because do you remember how he set it all up? He was on the
game, lad. Yeah.
And then you seen Suplex City in the window, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then they come and done the build, and then that's what makes me love wrestling, when I see when it can be done like that, where it was like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg were in the ring, and he was getting separated by the police. Nothing new, but when they've got the line between them, and there's these two behemoth and men's topless looking at each other. No, you don't have to be topless, but you're looking at them going, ow, like, compared to these policemen.
They're not, it's not happening.
It's just shit like everywhere. That. It's fucking boss. Why I've been on a binge recently is because also supposedly The Undertaker is retired after 30 years.
Yeah, mad.
Absolutely crazy. But I've been on a proper Undertaker binge recently, and I haven't regretted it, because I'm just saying to you now, people, if you don't like wrestling, or you used to like it, blah blah blah, Joe, all that stuff, I guarantee you, if there's a way that you can get your free month on the WWE network,
you'd love it, man. Loads of people would love it. It's literally
the best thing ever.
It is.
In, like, you'll watch some of the stuff and be like,
all the old wrestling that you think of when you say it used to be good, but now it's gone shit. It's all still good, trust me. It's all still good.
And it all gives you the same emotions. Yeah. And wrestling documentaries might be the best kind of time.
The best. The best.
When you're there and talk about the stuff that actually goes on, you're just like, wow, it ruins wrestling in a sense, because you know how it goes. But when we're talking about the people we actually used to hate growing up, remember JBL? I could not stand him. Like, you couldn't believe it, just like how much you hated someone. And it made me laugh when I was watching Survivor Series the other night with my bird, and she was like, ooh, there's Sheamus. Oh, you hated him, didn't you? When Sheamus come back, do you remember? And fucking Roman Reigns was the champion, and he cashed in the Money in the Bank on him. Lads, I was like, it makes me laugh looking at it, 'cause I like Sheamus now. And when he done that,
There's loads of fellas that you've proper hated.
It gets you though, lads.
Yeah.
You're thinking, no, you're actually shit. And I'm like, oh no, he's just
But
a
it
heel, man.
works, yeah.
He got
it
me.
works.
Oh, just
you
fuck
think you think you're too old. You think you're too old and you've sussed it out. And then you're like, oh, they got me again.
Can't fucking wait until he gets beat.
They got me. Big Show's turned about 15 times.
15. You're being conservative at fucking 50 times. Yeah. That's different every time he comes back.
Yeah, he is. Well,
it's the best ever picture and tweet of all time.
Surely to God he sings that.
No, but that's what makes me laugh. Where every single person's fucking entrance music, you look and go like,
he should sing that.
It's gotta be him.
It's gotta be him. It's defo Shawn Michaels. That's the only one I know for singing.
I know I'm sexy.
It's gotta be Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, and Ric Flair sings his.
Yeah.
And Hulk Hogan sings his. Imagine if he sang that. I'm a real American brother. doesn't
even sing.
Yeah,
his voice is too distinguishable.
There's some like top 10 fucking like mic work on wrestling, and it's some of like the proper old 80s stuff.
Where they're stood in front of the camera with Mean Gene.
They're the
next
best
to
ones, because you just like, that's what wrestling was, and they go in and it was the working up of just, they're shouting what they're gonna fucking say to him, but it all rhymes, and it's like, it's boss.
Poetry.
It's fucking so sick. I'm like, how's this being lost in translation? You were all brought up on this. Why aren't you growing up and doing
it?
The same fucking thing? They're all little farts now, that's why.
Promo mic work now is non-existent, because they all get told what to say.
Yeah, but
most of them get told what to say.
Obviously.
And like, there's no like trying to think now, probably the best mic. Who's probably the best on the mic in wrestling at the minute? The Miz.
No, don't ever say that. Miz has always done my head, and I know I've just been saying because he's a heel, but I've never ever shied to the Miz and thought, oh, he's a workhorse.
He's been a heel 99.9%.
No, it's not even about being a heel. It's just fucking. He doesn't have anything in his repertoire that makes you go, fucking hell. Do you know when someone hits someone with something and you're like, that was.
He's got no good moves, you mean?
Nothing. He's just a
even
proper WWE wrestler.
His finisher is jag.
Like, don't get me wrong, he can speak, but John Cena probably is. I know he's not in it,
no
but
more
when I watched
but
John
of course
Cena,
it'd be John Cena. Of course it'd be John Cena, but it's not. When he's done the US Open challenges, and he used to come out and do that, and even that's recent. Like,
nah, that was like 2015.
Was it that long ago? Whoa, that is mad. But when he was doing that, like, no one else was doing that then,
and he was a top guy then, and every single week was who's coming out?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get with him for the Barnstorm. But that's when NXT was boss. But like, they don't even know what to do that's why when
his matches with AJ Styles were a joke.
I watched them the other night.
Absolute joke.
That was only because they were just like, I can't wait to watch them, because they knew they were onto something. Like, they get in the fucking ring and they're both, let's go Cena.
Yeah.
Styles.
That's how you know. When they're squaring up, doing all this shite in the middle, going like that.
That's how it begins.
Yeah.
Like. But sorry, I'm gonna do one of the best finishes ever. Just to end on it, just with Mark Calloway, aka The Undertaker, shout out J-Dog, what's face, when he fights Triple H in the Hell in a Cell, and fucking Shawn Michaels, the special guest referee.
Oh, sweet chin music.
Into the pedigree.
Yeah, and he kicks out.
Every wrestling fan at that moment, it's like,
if you're ending the streak, that's how you do it. It's a double finisher. It keeps him as strong as possible.
Yeah,
by still getting
beat. A dusty finish.
Yeah, and and the whole build up, the story. Oh, it is. It's the best. It's the best storytelling in WWE.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's the slow 1, 2, and it's done.
So good.
That's why fucking him getting beat by Brock Lesnar though makes you go, oh my god, because when that final...
That was when it should have been done,
No, but when the final hand hits, you're like, what's happened?
It was definitely quiet.
Yeah,
the bell rang and
normally there's a...
Paul Heyman was stood there going like that, and you were like...
black fella, isn't it, with his eyes.
With the white top on.
Yeah, etched into your fucking brain. That's why you should be watching wrestling.
Yeah, because it's sick.
You all love it.
Even now, there'll be moments that get you even now.
No, there is. It's just a shame with coronavirus.
That's what I mean. Everything's going to be better next year. Everything's going to be what you remember it. Like all the things you took for granted. That's what I'm thankful for. To end the episode on a light note. I'm thankful that we've all been through shit this year, so that all the things we took for granted in the world, when we get them back, we'll appreciate them 100 times more.
So then we can all go mad when a goal goes in and then someone hits someone with the stunner.
And the glass
Go
smashes.
mad, people. Go mad. But yeah, if you like this, make sure you like it and subscribe. Let your friends know. That's going to be the best way that someone new finds us. Letting your friend know, because we all know you love it secretly. You just got to tell someone. I know we're your guilty pleasure, but I'm sorry, we don't want to be it no more. We want to be your pleasure. But yeah, follow us at What's Cookin' and What's Cookin' Pod, at King Mouse. I'm not going to say the other one anymore, because I'm like, do you know what? I'm not even dumbing you down. Just fucking read it normally. King Mouse. Y'all know.